Tuesday, December the 6th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Storm system rolling through the region today. Let's start off with some live cameras during the 5 a.m. hour today. That is Greensboro. Some of those tiny raindrops on the camera lens at the time I'm cutting this video. There was some light rain around parts of the Triad. Steadier rain heading into the region. There you go up in the mountains. Kind of a foggy go over there from the Beach Mountain camera, courtesy of resortcams.com. And temperature there atop Beach Mountain sitting at 38. And we'll take a look in Charlotte. There you go. There's the Queen City this morning. A wet start to the day. You want to allow yourself some extra time if you're watching this before the commuting time frame today. And really anywhere you go, just kind of slow down, take it easy. A lot of wet roadways. Temperature is 48 with a northeast wind in Charlotte gusting to 20. Again, at the time I cut this video. Temperatures yesterday made it up into the upper 50s and lower 60s for a lot of our highs, specifically in the Triad region. It was upper 50s in most spots, and in the Charlotte area, same basic idea, upper 50s to right around 60 yesterday afternoon. There's your temperatures this morning around the region. It is a cool weather setup today, and a day which will feature very little in the way of any temperature movement with this wedge in place and clouds and rain opportunities with us. There's the radar over the past couple of hours. Again, this is during the 3 and 4 a.m. hours today that this radar loop is occurring. And at that point in time, you have some light rain moving through the eastern parts of North Carolina, some heavier rain in coastal South Carolina down towards Savannah. And then you look off to the south, there's where you have some big thunderstorms that have been rumbling in the parts of Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Just canceled was a tornado watch that was covering this region as well, so no active watches and warnings, again, at the time I'm cutting the video, which is a little after 5 a.m. Look at the rain there through Georgia, Alabama, widespread shield of rain in Tennessee and Kentucky back into the northeastern Arkansas. It's all moving in our direction. Check out the high-resolution modeling, that shield of rain lifting northeast today, and then eventually everything kind of shuts down in terms of rain by late in the afternoon and certainly into this evening. But a wet weather setup here for this Tuesday as this storm system moves on into the region. Rain more often than not across a lot of the Carolinas today. And temperatures not going to move much. In fact, in many spots, we're as warm now as we're going to be all day. Temperatures will actually drop a few degrees as that rain becomes more widespread. More of a showery nature to the rain than by later this afternoon. But the rain pretty widespread late this morning into early this afternoon. And the high-resolution modeling indicating another third to a half of an inch of rain or so for the I-85 corridor. Heavier totals in coastal North and South Carolina. And again, severe weather is an issue today, at least a potential issue, especially in southern Georgia down into North Florida, places like near Savannah and Jacksonville. All right, so as we go into tomorrow, not a bad weather day. Just ahead of our next cold front for Wednesday, a partly cloudy sky. Your highs tomorrow, a little bit milder for sure. Soak that in because here comes the cold air. This much talked about big blast of Arctic air begins to arrive by Thursday night, by late in the day Thursday. Now, Thursday itself not too bad. That's what we're looking at for highs Thursday. But then look at this. Here's what we're forecasting for highs Friday. Lows Friday night into Saturday morning. I think some of the colder Piedmont spots could very easily be down into the teens. And it's still pretty chilly for Saturday. There's our Saturday high temperature. So let's get into the detailed modeling here. Here's that piece of energy moving through today, driving our rain opportunities. But we get out into Thursday night, this big trough kind of sagging into the region. So you take a look at well, I didn't put that chart in here, but basically you're looking at some pretty cold temperatures at 5,000 feet. That's an indicator of that pretty cold Arctic air moving on in. So let me take you through this. I'll talk about some long-range thoughts in just a moment. Here we are today. Here's your rain moving through on the GFS computer model. And then, again, this is since yesterday evening, all totaled. Rain amounts could exceed an inch in some spots. Again, that's counting the rain that fell last night, too, though. We get out to Wednesday, it looks quiet. Thursday, that's when the front moves through. I can't totally rule out a very, very brief shower Thursday, but most of us will be rain-free with that frontal passage. We get out to Friday, it is cold and dry. Same for Saturday. All right, let's talk temperatures here. This is Friday morning's lows off the GFS model. There's Friday afternoon's highs. That may actually be pretty close to accurate now. And then these are actually probably too warm. A lot of times the 2 meter temperatures don't really capture the coldest morning in terms of low temperatures terribly well. And so I think these might actually be a little bit too warm for Saturday mornings lows. And then there's Saturday afternoons high temperatures. Another cold one still Saturday night into Sunday morning. All right, let's talk about Sunday. Moisture tries to increase on the GFS model. If we were to get any precipitation in here Sunday, you might have a little bit of brief wintry precip. Same deal with Sunday night. But the European model holds the rain off to Monday. I can't rule out a little bit of very, very light precipitation Sunday. At this point, though, I don't think that's a big deal. And certainly even on the GFS, the appreciable type of precipitation holds off until Monday. And then it's back to a cool and dry setup behind it. I'll show you that European model idea too. This is Sunday, completely dry on the European, and then you get that rain in here on Monday. Long range. Look at the European model here. That's kind of a cold overrunning setup by the end of next week. And there's been some indications on some of the ensemble products that you need to watch that period 15th to the 16th for a little potential flooding games, especially maybe up into Virginia. But let me just kind of show you the deal here. Let's look at the longer range here. This is the European model Tuesday, the 13th. So this is out at a week from today. And that is bitterly cold Arctic air. Those are 5,000 foot temperatures. And that cold air just hanging out in the northern tier of the U.S. and Canada. It's so close by, it doesn't take much to get that down our way. Now, if you look at the longer range GFS model, it's a disaster if you want cold air in the southeast with the latest operational run, but I would not trust any specific operational run at all. We take a look here at the GFS ensemble. The ridge over the southeast is not nearly as pronounced down the longer range, and certainly on the European ensemble is more of a trough in the eastern part of the country. And I think that's the right idea. I think the pattern will favor intrusions of that bitterly cold Arctic air, at least into the northern half of the country, and probably down into the southeast at times later into December. Maybe transient in nature at times, but I don't think we have an overall prolonged warm pattern. But we'll see. All right, that's it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.